In today's Feedback Friday video, we get to hear from Anne, who's from Canada, and she has a very specific question in regards to placing. Maybe it's a question that's come up for you as well.
Hi, Carrie. I just saw the video you did feedback with another student, and it was so great. So I thought I'd give it a try. I want to start with a question about placing, and then I'll play a little bit of a tune just so you can see. I'm sure there's plenty you can help me with. So my question about placing, so if I was practicing chords, like just up and down, my question is, how necessary is it for me to go everybody down, like bam? It's easy to go up, but it's not as easy to go down, and my preference is to let the fourth finger fall after, so I just wanted to ask about that, like how important it is to get everybody down at the same time, or if it's okay to let the fourth come in later.
Okay, Anne, that is a really, really good question. So you're wondering, is it okay to delay the fourth finger when you're going back down on a fourth finger arpeggio? And the answer that we like to give students is that when you are first learning how to play the harp, we recommend practicing placing all four fingers at once, just so you can kind of build up and solidify that muscle memory of being able to place this shape really securely and accurately. But Anne, from watching you play, it's evident that you are at a stage in your learning where it's actually okay for you to delay that placement of the fourth finger because you already know how to securely place that fourth finger shape. So just like you did after you do this upwards arpeggio, when you play the thumb, you place 2 and 3 at the same time and your fourth finger is open and ready, but it doesn't need to place until at least when second finger plays. That way, you're actually allowing that arpeggio to sound a lot smoother because you're not cutting off the sound of that fourth finger, the note you played with fourth finger. You're not cutting off that sound prematurely. So yeah, that can help you avoid buzzing, and it just makes it sound a lot smoother as you're playing. So to answer your question, yes, you can absolutely delay the placement of fourth finger as long as you were already secure placing at that 4-3-2-1 shape.
And then I'll play a little bit of a tune. I forgot what I'm doing. That's funny. And then, anyway, so a couple questions about, like, well, there's probably a lot of things that you saw there, but strength, timing, buzzing, like anything like that.
Awesome, Anne. As you're playing, I was really admiring the nice warm tone that you're getting out of the strings, and you're so relaxed as you're playing as well, and you nailed those lever changes. So the first thing has to do with how much sound you're getting out of your harp. And you are getting a really beautiful warm tone, but we want to hear more of it. Right now, it is quite soft. So what I would encourage you to do is to really squeeze the strings right before you play and really lift out to kind of follow through with that sound. So it doesn't have to be harsh as you're playing. Mine was probably on the verge there. So you can always maybe lessen the volume just a little bit, but maybe it's worth practicing loudly just to kind of see what that feels like, and then you can always adjust from there. And in your questions, you mentioned that, maybe it's a strength issue in terms of your technique, and it could be. So if that's the case, if you feel like you want some exercise with that, go back and watch our previous Feedback Friday videos and look out for that finger strengthening exercise that I've given students in the past, where you place 4 fingers on the strings and practice playing each finger one at a time. And I just want you to focus really squeezing each string and closing fully back into your palm, just focusing on getting a really warm, clear sound, but one that really projects as you play. That is something that you can go check out and practice along with in the previous videos. So another thing I wanted to mention, this passage happens in, I think it's measure 5 or 6, where we go like this. So as I watch students play this, something I see quite frequently is that students will kind of pull back their third finger like this instead of keeping it down and relax. So that would be one thing to focus on, is just don't let that third finger pop up. Just keep it down and relax. And it doesn't need to fully touch your palm, but it can kind of hang out and be out of the way as your second and fourth finger are playing. All right, and then your other question had to do with buzzing. So buzzing typically happens if we replace on the strings too soon, or maybe we don't place firmly enough. So what I would encourage you to do is just see what it feels like to kind of delay your placing. Not so much that it causes you to be late on playing your notes, but just enough to kind of let them ring a little bit more. So only place right when you need to. So if you notice there, I only placed 3, 2, 1, like right as I needed to play them. And that's something that might take a little bit of practice to get comfortable with, but it seems like you are at a stage with this piece where you could kind of take some liberty and maybe push yourself to land a little bit later on the strings and make sure you're landing firmly instead of sneaking onto the strings. So give that a try and see if that helps. And if you're watching this and would like to get some feedback on your own playing, click the link that we've included below, and that'll take you to a page where you can book your own feedback video.